Welcome to the Master of Science webinar this evening, and my name is Dr. Abid Ali Muhammad Ali, and I will be going through some of the program, the Master of Science program, and hopefully at the end we can have some questions. So, what is this Master of Science program? It's a unique offering here at Macquarie University, and it's a deep science offering. Essentially, we want to focus. The idea is to focus on innovation and leadership, as we believe these are the primary new ideas in science today. All right. So what are we going to talk about today? We'll see what the new MSc is all about. We'll look at the key features, what you can study, why you should study the Master of Science at Macquarie University, especially. Who can study this program? We'll look at some of the English language requirements as well. We'll also look at go through the MSc course overview so you can get an idea of exactly what it looks like. Also, finally, we'll discuss the recognition of prior learning. So if you have actually studied any undergraduate studies at your university, or you have done any master's units at any other university, we'll talk very briefly about that. Fees, career opportunities that we are hoping that can come out from that you would be able to access, and finally just some context for additional information rather. All right. So what is this MSc all about? We know that science careers are not linear, especially in nowadays. Not everyone wants to or even can become an academic or researcher. Science is quite wide and varied, and therefore Macquarie University has recognized this and developed a new program to allow students to actually go straight into industry, or into research if they wish to, for that matter. We recognize that the world needs science-educated leaders as well. Right? Innovators and also entrepreneurs. Many of the new technologies that are coming out, many of the new innovations that are coming out are within the scientific field. But one of the problems that science often faces is that many of these innovations do not make it to the market. And hopefully we will be training students on how to actually do that. So the Master of Science program is designed to provide training and immersive experience in how to take cutting-edge ideas that these brilliant scientists and brilliant people like yourselves have in the scientific discipline, from conception through development to realization. So it also builds skills and therefore obviously it builds skills in entrepreneurial thinking, leadership, innovation, and as they obviously apply to a range of scientific disciplines in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and perhaps you could even add medicine in that regard. It's supported by advanced technologies. So what the MSc is a full-time or part-time program. Part-time only for domestic students here at the North Ryde campus in Sydney, and commences session 1. Obviously, we already started. We're coming towards the end of the first session, or students can obviously enroll in the second session as well. In July, for entry in 2017, that is. All right. So what are the key features of this program? The biggest feature is that it's a multidisciplinary program. So what it will do is equip you with specialized knowledge and skills to create and develop innovative, practical ideas in your chosen area. Right? You might be a biologist or a mathematician or a statistician or things like that. And within the science and technology and statistics, it'll help you develop those skills further. Besides that, leadership, innovation, entrepreneurship, you'll undertake an advanced disciplinary study in the area of your choice. All right. I guess the most essential, unique feature of this program is that it allows you an industry-based internship. Now, this is perhaps the most important bit, because at the end of the day, you will probably be working in some form of industry, and you want to take your innovations to that industry. So this will allow you to have a real world innovation practice or a research-based internship as well for first-hand experience in world-leading research here in Sydney. You'll also be taught by leading academics, entrepreneurs, and science leaders. And in fact, we have, with the first semester, our students have had the opportunity to liaise with and talk to some of the top thinkers in their field. So I will just repeat, the core units are the three core units of the MSc. This is the entrepreneurship program, the leadership program, and the internship, which runs for each of them run for 1 semester each. Out of that, you will be required to choose, in addition to that, rather, you'll be required to choose a discipline specialization. So it could be in biological sciences, chemistry and biomolecular sciences, earth and planetary sciences, environmental sciences, information technology, and statistics. Now, each of these disciplines are very, Macquarie University is actually at the top of each of these disciplines, both in research and in teaching, and therefore a very good place to come as well, which is the next point. Why should I study at MSc at Macquarie University, right? This program is really unique, almost in the world. In Australia, no other program such as this actually exists at a master's level. So it is a pioneer, essentially, in Australia. Macquarie University is located in the Silicon Valley of Australia, in North Ryde, and therefore the connections to industry that any potential student can get here after they complete their degree, the internship possibilities that they can get while they are here, and connections to the cutting edge technology they can get here is probably second to none, at least in Australia. You will get an unparalleled grounding in core skills for industry and research success. We have the state-of-the-art facilities with scientists in the cutting edge of their field in all those areas that I discussed, whether it's biology with the Youth 2.0 projects, or in ecology and marine research, any area or in statistics for that matter. Macquarie University researchers are probably some of the best in the world. So the unique internship benefits are that you'll have hands-on work experience and be job ready by the time you finish the degree. You develop skills in research and innovation, and also networking with mentors. And this is a fundamental area of the leadership program. The leadership unit is that we get students to network with mentors and professionals in the industry to actually get a foot in the door, so to speak. All right, so who can study this program? This is an interesting one. If you have any undergraduate science degree, generally speaking, you should be able to study for this program. If you have already been working in the scientific discipline as a research scientist yourself, or indeed as a research assistant or anything like that, certainly you're welcome to apply. The minimum admission requirements, therefore, is an Australian Level 7 bachelor's qualification or a recognised equivalent, and a GPA of 4.5 out of 7. So certainly it's quite open to anyone to apply for this program. All right, so there's also an English language requirement, as most, in fact, probably all degrees have in Australia. Applicants for undergraduate or postgraduate studies at Macquarie University are required to provide some evidence of English language proficiency. You may satisfy the requirements either by senior secondary studies in English, such as the New South Wales HSC, such as the A-levels or International Baccalaureate, the IB. So certainly, having done the IB, you're welcome to apply, and you will be waived of the English language requirement. 1 year of an Australian or compatible tertiary study in a country of qualification. An IELTS of 6.5 overall with a minimum of 6 in each band, or equivalent for international students from non-English speaking countries. So some applicants obviously can be exempt from the IELTS, which is also something of note. So let's just go very quickly through the course overview. It's part of the Faculty of Science and Engineering. The award is the Master of Science. The admission requirements, as I went through, English proficiency, I have discussed just briefly. You can study this full-time or part-time. Part-time is only restricted to domestic students. Attendance mode is all internal. Most of these, the core units and also the specialized units require you to do practicals or to actually have one-on-one discussions with your tutor. And therefore, the whole program is an internal program. So candidature length is full-time 1 year or 2 years, depending on the recognition of prior learning that you may have been granted. And we'll discuss that in a minute. Obviously, commencement is either in session 1 or in session 2. And the volume of learning is equivalent to 2 years of study at any university. It's 64 credit points that the overall degree. The minimum number of credit points you need to have at a 600 level is 16, and the minimum number of credit points at an 800 level or above, this is for the master's or postgraduate requirement, is around 48. So you can actually get recognition of prior learning depending on the degree that you've done previously. You can get up to 16 credit points at 600 level and up to 16 credit points at 800 level. Now, obviously, for the core units, those you cannot get RPL for because nobody else actually offers such units anywhere in the world. And obviously, RPL is subject to approval by the department that you're specializing in. So that's another very important aspect. So again, going through the 600 level or above, you need 16 credit points. 800 level or above, you need 4 credit points from the research unit, 4 credit points from the entrepreneurship unit, 16 credit points from the science innovation internship, which is equivalent to 1 full semester full-time work in that during the internship. And that gives you a total of 64 credit points. All right. So with regards to recognition of prior learning, if you have a bachelor's degree in any discipline that is not related to any of the specializations that you're doing, you will have to do a full 2 years full-time. Now, if you have a bachelor's degree in a relevant discipline, you can get up to 16 credit points and finish your degree in at least in 1.5 years. If you have work experience and a bachelor degree in any other discipline, not of your specialization, you may still be able to apply for RPL, which is recognition of prior learning, and you can get up to 16 credit points RPL for your work experience in the relevant area. Now, you can also get up to a whole year off if you have done an honors, graduate diploma, master's by coursework, or a high degree in a relevant discipline, so a discipline relevant to the one that you wish to join. Similarly, if you have done an honors degree or a high degree research, you can get up to 16 credit points RPL at 600 level and 16 credit points RPL at 800 level, which gives you a total of 1 year off, which means you can finish your degree in 1 year. But this is a case-by-case basis. Now, there's a lot of relevant disciplines that we have at Macquarie University. In the biological sciences, biology, biochemistry, cell biology, botany, ecology, evolution, science, genetics, human biology, microbiology, zoology, and many more. In CBMS, which is the chemical and biomolecular sciences, there's biotechnology, biomolecular sciences, chemistry. In fact, Macquarie University boasts one of the cutting edge of proteomics research, APAF facility as well, which is actually located in chemistry and biomolecular sciences. Macquarie University is also one of the leading research institutes for earth and planetary sciences, geology, geophysics, mineralogy, marine sciences, chemistry, physics, or related disciplines. In environmental sciences as well and marine sciences, Macquarie University is again one of the leading universities in Australia as well as in the world. And information technology, especially internships, are really um, easy to get in Australia for computer science, information systems, information technology, and software engineering. We also have a very active statistics departments. Statistics, actuarial sciences, decision sciences are all relevant disciplines at Macquarie University. So I'll very quickly go through the three core units that students are required to do. The first one is FOSC 804, which is a leadership in science, research, and innovation. Now, this is a very unique offering in Australia. Most science students, in fact, probably very few science students get any training, if at all, in leadership, uh, in any form of leadership or soft skills related to leadership. So what you will learn about is principles and models of leadership and innovation, strategic thinking and influencing behavior, and how you can actually influence people who are scientists or non-scientists, the art of negotiation, the art of conflict resolution, the art of managing a team, the art of actually speaking and communicating to different people, managing innovation as well, and learning how to. And all of this is taught by industry leaders, industry and research leaders, from the very best, absolutely. Now, the second program, which is the FOSC 805, which is students are eligible to enroll for second semester of this year in July. Again, this is a unique offering at a postgraduate level. It's a very first in Australia. You will learn with a STEM focus principles of entrepreneurship in science. So how can you take your brilliant innovation or any brilliant innovation in science to industry? The core skills required to getting your ideas to the next level, selling your science idea in the most effective manner, whether it's to granting bodies or indeed to a venture capitalist to allow you to give you money to take your idea to the next level. And finally, also what students will learn about is to navigate the murky waters of legislation, what it means to have an IP, what is an IP, how does it work, how do you actually set up a business, how do you set up an organization, how do you protect your innovation and your invention. Um, it's a highly interactive and practical unit. Students should, at the end of the day, come out with a new startup, essentially. This will lead to an internship, and the internship is where you'll gain practical experience in a leading science-based business or organization. It could be a research internship, or it could be an industry-based internship, and it can either be put through a whole year where you can do it 1 year part-time, or it can be done in 1 semester full-time. It ensures job readiness in the industry of your choice. So you actually get a step into the industry of your choice. All right. Tuition fees for international students, the estimated annual tuition fee in 2017 is around $32,000, $32,584. The living costs in Sydney are estimated to be around $19,500 per annum. For domestic students, the estimated annual fee is around $25,000, although for international students, partial scholarships of up to $10,000 may be available for those students. Now, domestic students also have the opportunity to apply for Commonwealth support. All right, so where does this take you? Where does such a degree take you? The main idea of this program, it prepares you for technical and innovation skills for work in organizations developing new scientific or technological products, essentially within science, technology, and statistics. So for industry professionals, this course provides a great opportunity for updating your skills for career advancement, certainly. In fact, indeed, just with the leadership course, because it's actually a science leadership, the skills that are actually discussed are not a business-focused leadership inquiry. Rather, it is based on real-world science experience. The alternative pathways certainly allow students to get into a PhD program with the specialization that they've chosen. They can also get into a master's of research in year 2. And for further details, certainly you can visit the website that is on the slides that you can see for the Doctor of Philosophy program. Now, a very important point here is that the career opportunities, the soft skills and the skills that you will acquire in the leadership and entrepreneurship and the internship program will allow you to get a job in almost any industry in science or research lab in science. And what that means is that the skills such as teamwork and communication skills and being able to pitch and understanding how innovation works are all critical in today's science. All right, so you can certainly get any additional information from the context that I mentioned here. Professor Shobha Ranganathan is the chair of the program. Associate Professor Michael Hitchens is also one of the chairs of the program, and I'm one of the lecturers. And certainly, my contact details were in the beginning of the slide. All right, thank you very much for listening. There is a website as well. So I'll just take a few questions now from the students, from anyone who has asked any questions. Give me a second. All right. So Susan is asking, it's always hard knowing what it would be like in the course. Do you have any stories or anecdotes from the current students about how they like the course so far? All right, that's an interesting question. I have a student called Francis. I think he'll be quite happy with me mentioning his name. He started out being very. We've just started the leadership program, and he actually also works in industry at the moment. And what he has seen is a huge difference in how he's able to communicate to people in his group, whether it's to run a successful meeting or even to be able to influence people. He mentions many times that even the way he speaks and the way he sits and the way his hands posture is, and it's completely changed from where he was before. So just to give you an example, just today we were discussing a meeting that he went for, and he was actually heading this meeting of around 20 people, and some of the skills that we had actually discussed in class. This is in a science context, obviously. He was able to use those skills very effectively, in fact, and explain to the class how he was able to control the meeting and make sure that the objectives and the agenda of the meeting that he had set were met, and all in a very nice, calm manner, with everyone, congratulating him at the end as to how well he did with that. So obviously, there's a lot more we could discuss. There's another student who, in fact, another student who has literally changed how he sits and how he communicates. He was very introverted, and through the course we've actually done a lot of tutorials to help students to actually communicate better and more effectively. And already, he has incredible listening skills now. He's developed those listening skills from the beginning of the semester till now, and he actually finds it very useful. Lisa is asking, is the internship guaranteed? Does MQ offer help in finding one? Certainly, Macquarie University will help finding your internship. So an internship is guaranteed, that we will find you some form of internship in your field. Now, it may not necessarily be exactly in the company or in the organization that you intended. We will equip students. We actually do equip students to seek their own networks and make their own connections, so that they can actually start to perhaps get an internship in an organization that they wish to eventually work at, which is ideal. It's not always possible, but it's ideal. The next question is from Kirsten. Currently, I'm doing my master's at Macquarie, but this program sounds very interesting to me. Is it possible to transfer over my RPL and my semester of 800 level credit from this semester over? Yeah, that's an interesting question. You certainly, depending on what masters you have done, you certainly can get RPL, and you are welcome to transfer if you like. Macquarie University certainly allows you to transfer degrees, and yes, I feel that there shouldn't be too much uh, problems with that. The only thing that I would probably say is you will probably need to talk to your current um, master's coordinator and work out exactly, and perhaps come and see one of us and see whether whether which RPLs you can actually transfer over and which ones you can't, depending on the specialization that you choose. So I think this is I think that's probably um, clear. All right. Uh, what? All right. In the next, okay, there's another question here for from Susan. In regards to the internship, what sort of links with industry does Macquarie have? All right, that's a very good question. Other Sandstone University the Sandstone University always talk about their connections, but we don't hear as much from the likes of Macquarie. Can you speak a little bit about the industry connections? All right, excellent. Yes, certainly. All right. Just to give you an idea, Macquarie University sits in in a hub of innovation and a hub of innovation here in Sydney. One of the some of the companies are actually based on campus. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So some of these, the CEO, one of them actually came and spoke to our students a few weeks ago. Minomic is a startup company that's worth around, I think, $20 million right now. It's located here on campus, and they're developing new therapeutics for pancreatic cancer. Another company that's actually located here on campus in science is Cochlear. Cochlear is one of the leading companies in innovation for hearing loss. Um, we have other companies such as IBM, BD. In fact, I'm actually in a BD building right now, which is Beckman Dixon. Wow. Eppendorf is located, just a stone's throw away. Um, and we could go on. Macquarie University has formed this organization called the MIPD, which is the Macquarie University Innovation District. And companies like Google, Microsoft, IBM, Xerox have actually joined together, and Macquarie University students have access to this network through this degree, as well as through some other business degrees as well. But certainly being able to work in such industry like Olympus, in fact, Macquarie University has a very good relationship with Olympus, and internship opportunities in CSIRO are all available with connections through Macquarie University. So I hope that answers your question. Um, the number of industry connections are so vast, and I'm sure if you search that on the Macquarie website, you will find a lot more than what I can talk about. Okay, Teresa has asked, I studied mostly biology at undergraduate, but I like to do statistics. I like to do I did some stats in my first year of uni. How challenging do you think that transition would be? All right, that's a very interesting question. Statistics, depending on what sort of mind you have, generally I put it that way. Statistics, to transfer into statistics is not really a big deal. You will be required perhaps to take on some 600 level units, which are equivalent to maybe first or second year. undergraduate units just to get yourself up to date. And once you have done those and get a good grounding in those, um, to move on to the other levels is really straightforward. In fact, I know a student who has never done any statistics in his life who is actually taking on a master's in statistics here at Macquarie University, and he's doing really well at it as well. So certainly he had never done any statistics. At least I think you have some biology, some statistics that you must have done in biology, but certainly the teachers that we have here at Macquarie University will potentially can get you to and I guess as with all things, you may have to work a little bit harder than those students who have actually done a statistics degree, perhaps. But that shouldn't stop you from applying. All right. Muhammad Zishan has said, I have currently uh, completed, I guess, my 16-year education in chemistry, and now I want to go into postgraduate chemistry. Is there any full scholarship at Macquarie University? As an international student or a local student, I'm not sure whether this question is referring to, is Mohammed referring to as an international student or a local student? Certainly, as I mentioned, there are a limited amount of international student scholarships available. I'm not aware as to whether any full scholarships are available in Macquarie University, but for local students as well, there are some scholarships available. Now, again, Mohammed, you probably will have to refer to the Macquarie University website and international office. Email postgraduate@mq.edu.au, and we can probably dig up some more details to see whether any particular scholarships are available for international students. That'll probably cover at least most, if not all your undergraduate studies, your postgraduate fees. James is asking, given a lot of unis do not do Master of Science anymore, do you think that this program will be well received by employers? Do you think that this postgraduate study is still valued in the job market? Again, that's a very interesting question. Yes, a lot of universities have moved away from a Master of Science. And in fact, Macquarie University had moved away from a Master of Science as well. The difference with this Master of Science is that, and actually having talked to employers, potential employers, um, all feel that the Master of Science that used to come out previously were more technical based. So students that would finish a Master of Science previously would just have a technical degree essentially. What this is offering is way beyond that. So this is offering employers to have people who are well trained in leadership and soft skills. So skills that are often not really taught to any science students at any level, for that matter. In fact, we have in many of the lectures we actually have postgraduate students such as master students, PhD students, and early career researchers actually attending the lectures because they see the benefit in getting this knowledge. So I feel that postgraduate study is still valued in the job market. Certainly, there are some studies that have shown that it is still valued, and that's one of the reasons why Macquarie University kickstarted this course again. Um, yeah. So I hope that actually answers your question. Can I be certain that these will be valued in the job market? I think with the skills that we're imparting, they will be valued in the job market. Deb is asking, do you have access to academic advisors to help with deciding what units to take? Certainly, you can come and talk to any of the three of the contexts that I have put on my slides. So either Shobha Ranganathan, Professor Shobha Ranganathan, Professor Michael, or myself, and we certainly can help you decide what units to take. We also have advisors within the different departments. So if you want to take biological sciences, for instance, and you're not sure what units to take, we certainly can help you with that. We have a Macquarie Open Day that is coming up, I think it's September if I'm not mistaken, and you certainly can come in if you want to enroll before that. You can come in and pay us a visit, or if you'd like to enroll after that, you can come in for the open day, and usually you can meet any of the advisors at any time. So I hope that answers your question, Deb. All right. Next question is from Santiago. All right. I'm a biology international student. I'm going to study 2 semesters in Macquarie starting next semester. I'm interested in some information about scholarships for this postgraduate course. So just as I have answered Muhammad Zishan, I think there is some scholarships available for this postgraduate course for international students, valued at around $10,000 at this point in time. Certainly, I'm sure there may be other scholarships available for international students, but you probably have to dig a little bit deeper. And you're welcome to email us at postgraduate@mq.edu.au, and we can try and find more information for you on that in that regard. But you know, like I always tell my students that the, what you will be able to get from a degree such as this, um, hopefully should be well worth your while at the end. All right. So, all right. Thank you very much for attending. Before you go, please kindly fill out the survey that's on your screen now. This will really help us to develop uh, these programs for the future. And yeah, if you have any further questions, please drop us a line at postgraduate@mq.edu.au.